Greetings. I'm on top of a fort. This is called the Belgaum Fort. And I was just exploring the places here. There's a Jain temple here, and there's the Ramakrishna Mission here. I come here on Sundays and spend good time here alone. And so I thought I'll just make this short video because yesterday I had put a post, and this is regarding to that. At the same time, I got some questions about some auntie ji asking me whether I do any work, and I think she's a little concerned about how am I earning. So there is absolutely nothing to worry about. Everything is taken care of. And she was little like all the time traveling. I was saying that auntie ji, please focus on cooking, because that is more important right now for your family, because you got to cook all day, work all day, feed your family, and there's so many things to do. So we should be focused on our prior responsibilities than somebody else's responsibility. So that's your responsibility. My responsibility is something else. My focus in life is something else, and I'm fully focused on that. So I think if you all are focused, there will be no such kind of confusion, because I got a lot of other things also coming with that message. So I thought I'll put it in this video only while shooting this. So the focus should not go off, waver off here and there. And I would say don't watch such kind of videos where people are traveling here, there, and doesn't make any sense. It's all nonsense. So you can get back to whatever work you're doing, so that you will also have peace of mind, and these things will not bother you. So these are all rubbish videos, so you can just discard it, including this one. After hearing this till here, you can discard. Well guys, I'm little to the point. I was talking about yesterday's message. This message, this post, the 3 photographs that I had taken was taken long back, I think 2 years back, in the ashram office in Delhi. Ashram office toilet. So I had taken it, and when I saw something behind me in the light, and there was something very precious. So I thought I'll make this post. Then I forgot about it, and today when I saw these photographs, I remembered about it. So I thought I'll post it and put the same message across. But at the same time, I wanted to ask before posting about this, that where do you think this place is about? Something else also cropped in my mind, and you guys had a beautiful response, lovely responses, everybody through their own perceptions, and I appreciate your replies that you give. It is just to make it little interactive and little interesting to the things, to the deeper insights that we go into everything. Basically I look into everything, and I try to learn something out of everything. That's what my master always taught me, and I share it. When I learn my perspective, I share. It doesn't mean that is the ultimate truth. It whatever can be a truth. So you got to dig in again. Don't just randomly believe what I say. Dig in. If it makes sense, it's fine. Otherwise, discard it. I always put disclaimers for this reason, so that I don't have these problems. So the thing was about the post. Coming back to the post, when I that day went into the toilet and I came back, I saw this light floating around, and there was something different in the atmosphere in the toilet. I mean, and I am not using the word washroom. I am saying toilet, particularly, because direct. Okay, I don't want to camouflage that toilet with some washroom and restroom and all those fanciful things. Where you go and shit is where you go and shit. Simple as that. Whatever term you give it, however posh you make it, it's the same old crap that you're throwing out there. When we talk Advaita, we got to be little more honest about these things that we learn in life than being too fanciful. So the reason that I clicked there and I put it was to tell you that, so what? Because after I put that message, when I answered, there were a lot of likes coming in continuously, and there were a lot of notifications coming in, a lot of answers coming in, and all that. The moment I put this is a toilet, all the notifications stopped, all the lights stopped, everything stopped, and they're like stunned. Because somebody said it's a temple, somebody said it's an ashram, somebody said it's a very divine place, and blah blah blah. It went on. I mean, why do we put the brakes the moment we hear something called a toilet? A toilet is the most important part of our life. Why are we so scared about it, or why are we so shy about it? Why is these things an important aspect of our life looked down? There is nothing to feel so shy about it. my dear ones. This is what I precisely wanted to make a post that day. Ki this is the place where people don't like to call out the name of God. Don't want to even remember God because paap ho jayega. What kind of paap? What kind of a dirt is that? We are all always interested in the maikhana, not the paikhanas. Let me tell you one thing. God exists everywhere. So irrespective of your circumstances, wherever you are, we must always have the audacity to have this thing 24/7 in us. Keep it the consciousness alert and awake and mindful 24/7. Is it that when you enter the toilet you're going to leave your consciousness behind? It's not going to happen. I mean, I don't think enlightened beings have done that, because they are enlightened everywhere. That is why even Bhagwan Nityananda, he demonstrated this when people caught him and gave him a bath. Imagine. He used to run out after the bath, after spick and span, he used to run out and go and jump into the shit. Into the dirt, literally, and soil himself completely. They used to again hold and come back, and somehow they used to clean him up, and they used to say, oh my God. And after some time, Bhagwan used to do the same thing. Why was this? This is to indicate, this is to show the non-duality. For them, what is dirt and what is good, what is gold and what is shit. It's all the same to them. That when somebody is teaching sab mati hai, you cannot give him a wash and say this is good and this is bad, this is pure and this is dirty. For them, everything is one. So they give us this example. Not that we should mix it up, definitely not. There should be some discernment on that. But I am trying to say this internalization. Why do we have to stop when we see a toilet? Why can't we call? I mean, why can't you sing a bhajan also? I am telling you, people will call you. They might hold my neck if I sing a bhajan in the toilet. But let me tell you, I chant all the time, even in the paikhanas. And let me tell you one more secret of my life. All these years, the blogs that I've been writing, the beautiful things that I've been writing comes to me in the toilet or while I'm having the bath. Let me tell you that also. Eeks, you do whatever you do. Now, once I told you, are you going to avoid it? If it penetrates into you, if it seeps into your consciousness, that's as good as accepted. So now if I tell you the secret, from where it is coming from, it is coming from pure consciousness, but it is from our external circumstances that we judge and put a badge on it, label it as good, bad and ugly. A toilet is not a bad place. I'm telling you, if somebody is going to die, let us say somebody is sitting in the toilet and khuda na kare, aise koi situation aaye where something is choked up and they got to drink, I'm telling you, they'll drink the toilet water. Because that will be the desperateness at that time. They will not think of good, bad and ugly. You'll do it. So there is no point blaming. That time, that toilet water can be your life's, it can be a lifesaver. So that time you cannot think all these norms of the world, worldly norms. I mean to say, yes, we do differentiate as human beings. But what I'm trying to say is internalization. I don't mean to say that you take your plate and go and sit in the bathroom and eat that. No, you can't do that possibly. For others, it's fine. Enlightened beings is fine. But we need not do that to prove it. But internal. Our thoughts should not have these discriminations. What wrong? And let me tell you, that day, because I was very connected at that moment. We all are connected to our Guru or Ishta or whatever. That day I was very beautifully connected. I didn't realize it because I just went for a break into the loo, and when I came out and this mantra was going on while I was in the toilet, in the loo, and I came out and I saw this beautiful light coming in. I thought, let me just take it. So what if it's a toilet? I know nobody will dare to take it in a toilet because it's a toilet. That day something happened. I just took, and I'll tell you, I saw globules there, and globules are something that is real. Of course, there are some globules that might be camera shines and dust shines and all those things. But I know to differentiate globules because I've seen globules in many of my place of travels and sadhana, with especially at Jiva Samadhis. I've seen big globules where there is absolutely no dust, there is nothing. I'll share those photographs. Those are the globules, and these globules are divine globules. Now, when that divine globule does not have a problem being in a toilet or anywhere else, why do we have that problem? This is what I wanted to share. Because there are globules. If you look into that picture, there are globules. And why did the globule come in? Because if you are in an elevated state of consciousness, definitely you are attracting all those divine globules in and around you. That's how it works. It's on your attraction, and that does not differentiate a toilet. Even if you think that indirectly says that even if you call for God in the toilet, He will come, because if your consciousness is pure, if your call is pure, intention is pure, that's all that matters to that cosmic energy. There's nothing else that matters. Rest all are formalities in the head, which we need to throw it out with the shit and leave it back there in the toilets. So I know my posts and videos are all these kind of craps. If you find it like a crap it, not a problem. But if it is appealing to you, it will appeal, because whatever has helped me practically in my life, whatever I'm experiencing, only I speak. Otherwise I don't speak. So I'm not looking it from the book or anywhere and speaking these things. So this is the beauty of the divinity. So, and for Shiva, when we are worshipping Shiva also, he who does not differentiate between a Rajgaddi and a Chita, what difference for him? If you are on the throne or if you are on the pyre, funeral, उनको शमशान और राज्य में क्या फर्क है? He's there everywhere, and that's the tattva of Shiva. He's there everywhere. Why will he exclude a toilet or in such a place? So these myths should go off of our mind. Every place is holy if you are holy. And let me tell you, the dirtiest place is not the toilets. It is this body itself that you are holding. You know, the kind of feces that is there in this body, the kind of sweat, the kind of pus, the kind of dirty blood that flows out, sweat, urine, saliva, semen, you know, all these things are continuously flowing in our body, but we purify from outside. We have bath and we say this has become very pure, and we go to the temple in the Garbhagriha saying that I've become pure, but we are carrying God knows what kind of, if somebody is constipated, that person is carrying every damn crap in that body and calling it as pure. Are you trying to get what I'm trying to say? These are all myths and superstitions. We are not looking at it from deeper insights. We are not looking at it very deeply. So this is one thing that I wanted to always say, because I have always seen the Cheethu everywhere I go. And you know, that's the biggest myth. I cannot explain this to everybody, because if I go to tell them that, they will make my life miserable. Already many are making, because I'm speaking these truths. But again, this is for people who want to relate and understand. On the path to salvation, liberation, we shouldn't stop for all these things. On the path of Advaita, it doesn't make anything. First you got to clear from here, then all the philosophies will clear. If here only it is not clear, doing is a different thing altogether. We cannot say for tomorrow. We love to hear the Lingashtakam. How many of us, you means thoda gussa, how many of us like to hear Nirvanashtakam? We like the Saundarya Lahari written by Adi Shankaracharya ji only. How many of us like the Nirvanashtakam? If you don't know what is this, go and check it out. Listen to it. Your body will not accept it. Your mind will not accept it. You cannot believe. You cannot take this. But it's the same person who has written in two different states of consciousness, duality and non-duality. So we got to understand these are states of consciousness. So from one we move to the other. Adi Shankaracharya ji only wrote that. See the difference. In one he is seeing the mother in the pure form and he is worshipping and idolizing and illuminating that mother. In the other he says nothing exists. Nothing at all. Just go through Nirvanashtakam. So we should have the courage to go through these things, because these are the higher truths. These were talked little, but much was talked about what we can understand. That is the duality factors. So that's also fine. But this video is for the people who are on the path of Advaita. Hope you liked this video. If you liked it, share it. If you no, it's okay. And those who love cooking can cook. Allow me to cook these videos for you, for the world, and for myself, because it gives me more satisfaction than anything. I'm sorry if it hurts, but please do not mind. I told you, the choice is always yours, whether you want to see this or not. And after that also, the choice is yours whether to retain it or not. I'll come in always with whatever deeper insights I get. So I call these deeper insights, and these are just my perceptions. If you understand it, it's fine. You can always comment there. I read every comment, and I love the interaction that we have, because we all are learning. We are all students. I'm not a philosopher, I'm not a teacher, I'm not teaching anything. I'm just a seeker on the path, and I'm a student on the path. I'm learning a lot of things. Only difference is I'm just sharing what I learned, just like a child comes from classroom jumping and tells her mommy, this is what happened today in school and this is what I learned. Take care, guys. God bless you. I'm going to the Ramakrishna Mission to sit and have some beautiful time there. God bless you. Love you all. Divine love and light to you. Bye.